Get up here. All right. Because I know y'all got a couple of classmates that work or they watch their siblings. Okay. We got to move the 1/2 and the B. Do y'all care which one we move first? Why am I asking you? Why do you have a choice this time? Can you tell me? What are they both doing though? What are all these things doing? Multiplying. So if they're all doing the same thing, it does not matter which one you move first. So if it's okay with y'all, are y'all fine if I move the 1/2 first? Y'all good with that?
Yeah.
Okay. How do I move a 1/2 if it's multiplying? What would I do? Divide it. Good. Now let's talk about this. Can we divide by a fraction? We've talked about this multiple times in here. You can't divide by a fraction because if I said put these markers into 1/2 of a group, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't mean split them in half. It means put them in half of a group. You can't have half of a group. So what do we do if it says to divide by a fraction? Multiply by the reciprocal. Very good. So instead of a divided by 1/2 on this side, we're going to do a times 2 because when I flip 1/2, do y'all agree that that's 2 over 1? Are y'all okay with that, online people?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a times 2 equals, and then over here now we're just left with BH, right? All right, now Jordan, I'm talking to you because you were in class yesterday. I want the H. How do I move that B?
Divide, right?
Yes, divide by B. Very good, Jordan. We miss you.
I don't miss y'all. So now I'm just saying.
I was about to say you gonna get an F on your vocab quiz.
Where are we at?
We're on the warm up, Kamari.
All right.
So just watch along with us. So did you guys get 2A, because A times 2 is just 2A, right? Over B? That's how you would solve for the height. Are we okay with how to solve for H? All right. I'm guessing that's a yes. Yes. Thank you, Paul. All right. So now it says use the formula that you found from A, or we can use this one, right? Because we just solved this one for H, to find the height of the triangle shown, which has a base of 5 and an area of 50. So I have a question. If they told us the base was 5, where can I go put that in at? The B. Good. So we can put 5 in right here. And if they told me the area is 50, where can I go put in 50? For the A. So I'm going to go put the 50 in.
Wait, so since it's a fraction, we can just pick any letter?
Huh?
All right. No mind.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay, but like, no mind.
No, I just don't know what you're asking. I didn't understand the question.
You said you could pick any letter, like the
Up here?
Yeah.
So I always like to get rid of the fractions first because they kind of confuse me, if I'm being honest with you. So get rid of the fraction first. You can't divide by a fraction, so I multiplied by the reciprocal. And then over here, we're solving for H. They asked for H. So you can't pick any letter. You got to get rid of the B. Okay. Are y'all good with how they're telling us the base is 5, so I can put that in for B? And the area is 50, so I can put that in for A? Did y'all already do this? Because y'all looking bored in here. Oh, you did? Okay. So instead of 2A over B equals H, one more time, tell me, what am I putting in for A? Okay, 50. What am I putting in for the base? What'd they tell me the base was? 5. So y'all, what is 2 times 50? What's 100 divided by 5?
20.
So my height is 20 centimeters. How do we feel about the warm-up? Do y'all feel okay? I'm more worried about this part up here. It wouldn't matter. That is such a good question. Did y'all hear her question? You probably couldn't hear. because she's got a mask on. Oh my God, I just got a purple pen on my white pants. Dagnabbit. All right. That sounded redneck, didn't it? Okay, so she asked, how come I plugged it into this equation instead of that one? It actually doesn't matter which one you put it into because, guys, these two things are the same. This one is just solved for A, and this one's just solved for H. So the reason I put it into the bottom one is because it said to find the height. So I knew this one was to find the height, and I knew it would be less steps. Well, let's look at what would happen if we plugged them in up here. Y'all with me? All right, what was the area they told us we could use? 50, 1/2. What was the base they told us we could use? 5. And then we just need to find H, right? Okay, what is half of 5? What's 1/2 times 5? 2.5, good. So this would be 50 equals 2.5H. And then how would you get H by itself? Divide by 2.5. But do you see how this is going to be harder because it's a decimal? What equation? This one? She said, why did I put it into this one? Oh, no, they're the same equation. Y'all, I need y'all to understand this. Literal equations, you can solve them for any variable that they ask for. And when you plug numbers into them, you'll get the same answer. Because it's the same equation, we're just getting different things by themselves. Does that make sense? If you do 50 divided by 2.5, you're still going to get 20. 1/2, it depends. Multiplying by 1/2 is the same as dividing by 2. Because dividing by 2 is the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal. Dividing by 1/2, you can't put anything in half a group. If I looked at y'all and said, we're playing trash get ball today, form half of a team. You can't switch this to dividing by 2. Did y'all hear this? You can't switch that. Dividing by 2 and dividing by 1/2 are not the same thing. Dividing by 2 means put it into 2 groups. Dividing by 1/2 means put it into half a group. You can't interchange those. So if you have a fraction, you can't just change it to the reciprocal. You have to multiply by the reciprocal. If your teacher showed you that, they were wrong. I need you to tell me who that was. I can go tell them. Not now. I'm being serious though. Those aren't the same. These aren't the same, excuse me. If you're dividing by 2, you can change it to multiplying by 1/2 if you wanted. If you're dividing by 1/2 though, you got to change it to multiplying by 2. Okay? All right, how do we feel with the warm up? Are y'all good?
Yeah.
Good.
Awesome. Look at all these other people that hopped up here. Beautiful. Khalil, nice to meet you. It's good to put a face with a name, kind of, except I can't see your face. But me and you can hang out and talk later. All right, let's go over the homework because a lot of you said you needed help. Which ones would you like for me to do? I hope you got them all right. One. Shh, mind your business before I throw something at you. That hit you in your belly, not your chest. What else, guys? 1. Did somebody say 2?
4.
4. 4's both of them, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. These are both good ones to do. Thank you, Cameron. Those are both great to do. What else besides 1 and 4? Does anybody need 2 or 3? I don't mind doing all of them. I just need somebody to let me know. All right, so just 1 and 4? Y'all don't need 2 or 3? No? Okay, I'm gonna do 1 and 4. So let's look at number 1. Very first thing you should do, draw your wall. Now it says solve the equation for V. So what do I do to V? Cover it, lock it in. You are not gonna touch that V because that's what we want to get, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is where you have to decide what needs to be moved. So what is on the same side as my pen, but isn't attached to the V? The M, that's what we have to move. So right now, y'all, what's the M doing? Adding, what's the opposite of adding M? There we go. So did you guys subtract M? Now this is where some of you messed up on your homework. I could see it. Y'all only did it on one side. This is still an equation. What you do to one side, you got to do to the other. You have to. It's like that seesaw. There has to be somebody on both sides or you're going to go flying. Kamari loves that example. All right. Can we do D minus M? Can you do dogs minus men?
No.
No,
No.
not the same thing. Good. So you literally, this is why it's called literal, you literally write D minus M equals, and I'm only left with 5V, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now what are we trying to solve for?
V.
V, so I need to move this 5. It's multiplying, so how do I move it?
Dividing.
Good. What you do to one side, we do to the
Other.
good. So y'all, this is just D minus M over 5 equals V. That's your answer. I think some of y'all that didn't get on the live class Zoom yesterday, which is fine. I know y'all got other classes and other things going on. But I think some of you that didn't get on the live class Zoom maybe didn't watch my video all the way through, or were trying to skip around, or you understood the video and then when you got to the homework, it left. And that's okay too, as long as you're up here fixing it now. We good with one? Y'all are good? All right.
Yep.
Cool. So let's look at number 4 now. So number 4 was tricky. There's 2 different equations. So really it's like 4 and 5. This one's a little bit trickier than number 1. So let's start with the first one. It says solve for y. Where is the y at? Above the 4. So it's in the, good. Can you say that word again? I was hoping nobody would say top. It's okay to say top, but this is the numerator, right? So y is in the numerator. Well, y'all, that just means you cover the numerator. And y'all didn't correct me. I didn't draw my wall. Y'all got to get on me. Bye. All right, cover y. What do we need to move? The 4. What's the 4 doing?
Dividing.
Opposite of dividing. Good. So we're going to multiply the 4. And when you do the opposites right here, they cancel. And what you do to one side, you do to the. So I'm multiplying by 4 on both sides. Now, when I do 4 times W, what do I get? 4W equals, what are we left with? X, Y, Z. Very good. Why do a line through, because my Z's and my 2's look alike. So I put a line through the Z so that it kind of looks like a cursive one. Because if I put a Z and a 2 side by side, you'd be like, which one's which? All right, are y'all okay with that step? All right, now remember, what are we trying to solve for?
Y.
So cover Y. What 2 things do we need to move?
The X and the Z.
Okay, the X and the Z. And this one's a little bit different from the warm-up because it's not a number and a letter. It's just 2 letters that we have to move, right?
Yeah.
So if they're both, she just said it, if they're both doing the same thing and they're both 2 letters, you can get rid of them at the same time. So what are they doing to the Y?
Multiplying.
What's the opposite of multiplying?
Dividing.
You can divide them both. The X's will cancel and the Z's will cancel at the same time because they're both letters. So what I do to one side, I also got to do to the, so I'm going to divide XC. How do we feel with that?
Good.
Okay, look on the right side. What's the only thing you're left with?
Z.
So we got Y equals, because they told us to solve for Y. And can we do 4W divided by XZ? No, none of those are like terms. None of those are the same letters. So it's just 4W divided by XZ. It's called literal because you literally write what it says. All right, do we feel a little better?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm thinking some of you just needed to see me do a couple and then you'll be okay. So for this one, This one's even trickier. I stepped it up each problem on this homework because I wanted to see how y'all would do. Because y'all are the high class, so I felt like I could challenge y'all. All right, we're solving for y. What do I do to y? Cover it up. Okay. Are you okay? Okay. I don't know. Cover the y. Is everybody good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. The 1/2 is touching y, so that gets covered. And what did you just say? Good. The negative is attached to the y. She was saying it's not with the 7x, it's with this 1/2 y, right? My pen's just not, there we go. Now the 7x was subtracting, but the subtraction sign, the negative goes with the 1/2. So y'all, this is a positive 7x, right? How do I move that to the other side? Yep, I heard somebody online say it too. Subtract 7x, and those cancel. Subtract 7x. So talk to me, what am I left with? Equals, she said 3 minus 7x. Beautiful. Questions so far?
Mm-mm.
All right, so now how do we get the y by itself if the negative 1/2 is touching it?
Divide by -1/2.
Oh, good. Listen to these smart children. Divide everything by negative 1/2. Now, y'all, we done just talked about this. Can you divide by a fraction?
No.
No, it's the same as multiplying by the
Reciprocal.
Reciprocal.
good. What's the reciprocal of 1/2, y'all? What happens when I flip a half?
-2.
Good, -2 over 1, and -2 over 1 is just -2. So watch, 3 minus 7x, the entire thing, because the whole thing was over 1/2. So the entire thing is getting multiplied by -2. I'm multiplying here. I'm not minusing 2, I'm multiplying. And then my people in class are telling me I'm not done. What do y'all think?
No.
No, what can we do, Ashley?
Distribute.
Yes, good job. All right. -2 times 3? -6. -2 times -7? Positive 14x. Very good. So this is your answer for the second one. How do y'all feel about those two? Y'all feel good? Good.
Good.
Okay. Does anybody have a question? How I got anything? I gotta keep remembering not to pull this down. We're good? All right. Do y'all need me to do 2 and 3, or you want to just check your work with mine?
Check.
All right, cool. I don't have it done yet, so y'all about to, you can time me. You ready? Kamari, I'm serious. You better time me. I grabbed the wrong color. Let's see. We're solving for F. Add 24. S plus 24 equals 3F. I'm like racing. So did y'all get S plus 24 all over 3 equals F?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, did anybody try to simplify this?
Yeah.
18.9 seconds. I can be faster next time. I got you on the next one. Don't take away from my joy. All right. Who said they simplified it? Shania?
Yeah.
What'd you do, babe? Talk to me.
So just divided the 24 by 3 and got 8s equals F.
Yes. Okay. So remember, I showed y'all yesterday how you could simplify it if the two numbers will simplify, right? You have to do both of the things over 3 because it says it's all over 3. So this would be S over 3 plus 24 over 3. But she just told me 24 divided by 3 is what?
8.
So you could have also written this S over 3 plus 8 equals F. That would be fully simplified. But if it's multiple choice and you see it left like this, then you can pick that one. They mean the same thing. Y'all okay with 2?
Yes.
All right, I don't even need you to time me on this one because I can do this one in my head. They're being smart Alex in class, y'all. Boom. Ten? There's no way that was 10 seconds. These children got me pressed. All right. Questions about 3. A lot of y'all, I think, did y'all get stumped by the exponent?
No.
Okay, good. If you didn't, that's really good because look, it said solve for B. So you cover B. The other 2 things are both letters and they're both multiplying. So I told you if they're both letters, you can divide them at the same time, right? And that exponent of 2 just goes with the X. So you just divide it. Stays with the X. Okay. Let's talk about the bottom of this really fast. Some of you didn't do it. That's okay. But I want to talk about it. A lot of times when it's a brand new topic, I'll put something like this at the bottom of your homework so I can see how you feel about it. All right? I need to know how y'all feel about new topics sometimes. Now, I will say this. This one, some of you did this, and then some of you also did this. How am I supposed to help you if you don't understand, but you also don't ask me for help or let me help you? You get what I'm saying? I wish y'all were in my classroom because they're looking at it right now, hopefully. I have a poster in here on the board that says everything new is hard at first. It is totally okay to circle or underline one of these, but you need to say, I will come to tutoring, or I can't come to tutoring, but I will message Ms. Poole or something. Let me help you, or get on Zoom and I'll help you, which y'all are the good kids because y'all came on Zoom and you'll let me help you. So, do we feel okay with this?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, don't go anywhere real quick. I want to show you what your homework is. First of all, if you haven't taken that vocab quiz, you need to take it before 11:59 p.m. It closes at 11:59. It is timed. You have 25 minutes, okay? And you can only do it in one sitting. So once you open it, those 25 minutes start going. Does that make sense? So if you haven't done that, you need to do that. But then this is all you're doing the rest of the day. It's 12 literal equations. I do want you to do all 12 because we didn't really have a lesson today. So like they have 30 minutes left in class. They can finish these 12 problems probably. Just like y'all have extra time at home because there's no notes to take today. So you're just practicing these literal equations, okay? The worksheet is on Canvas underneath the module.
There's a link to the vocab stuff on Canvas.
The link to the vocab.
Yeah.
That's cute. No, you should have studied yesterday. I took it down. I'm not being petty either, but I took it down.
I'm saying, like, how we get to it.
Oh, the quiz? You want me to show you?
Yeah.
Sorry, Jordan. I thought you were asking about cheating. I was like, boy, bye. All right, stop share. Share screen. Desktop. I hope I don't have any of y'all's scores pulled up. No, perfect. So can you see my screen, Jordan?
Yeah.
Okay, here's the home page. If you go to modules, scroll down to Thursday. So you already came on the live class Zoom. So look, there's the vocab quiz right there. And then there's the worksheet. And then that's where you submit the worksheet. Sound good? All right. Does anybody